Here we go.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Nintendo Land. Today we are here to discuss Super Mario Maker 2. It is coming out this June. So in order to discuss this game, we need to talk about something that I really want to see from it. And we've seen a little bit so far, but I'm sure there's a lot of things that Nintendo's hiding from us. Nintendo's good at that. I mean, let's take Mario Odyssey, for instance. They hid the whole hat mechanic from us for an entire 6 months. So I think there's some things that they're still hiding, obviously, that they'll probably tell us in a Nintendo Direct later on down the line. But until we get there, let's discuss what we want to see from this game. And one of the things, and the only thing I really want to discuss today, is 3D levels. I want to talk about this, but before we get to it, like the video and subscribe if you're new, because we're going to be covering Mario Maker for a while with the upcoming week. I'm going to show some things from the original Mario Maker that I made and stuff, so make sure you're here for that. So, getting on to this, Mario Maker needs some type of 3D level designer. Now, I know this is really hard to do and really hard to implicate into a Maker game, but it's not as hard as many people are making it out to seem. I'm not talking anything like Mario Galaxy or anything like that. They already did 3D World, but in a 2D art style, which I think is a really good idea. And so let's do Super Mario 64. Let's see that happen in Super Mario Maker. And it shouldn't be that hard, because right now you can do this in Minecraft, you can do this in Dragon Quest Builders in a 3D space. So why can't we do this with Super Mario 64 in a 3D space? All you will need is some tools from the game. You know, the enemies are nothing special. They're nothing, crazy out wild. They're basic enemies. And the only thing you'll need is a star. So pretty much you have this giant 3D space to fill up with whatever you want, whether it be buildings, tracks, enemies, whatever. And you slap a star down in the stage, and then you work from there. And it's just up to you to figure out how you want to get to the star. And this creates a certain level of a depth of exploration for the game. Yes, there's many different ways you can complete levels in Super Mario Maker now with 2D levels, but with 3D levels, the sky's the limit. You can do flips and tricks, and what is a trip? You can do trips. You can do tricks to get to the star. And, this is just stuff that, it will reward really good players, and, you can find loopholes in people's levels through that way. And it could be really, really cool, and I just don't think it would be too hard to create something like that. You have the 64 assets still. Throw them into a Maker game and you'll be good to go. Pretty much all the assets in the game right now are very low poly, really low basic things. Just like some tiles for the floors, some blocks you can create, and just some platforms for, you to traverse and jump on. I mean, some of the levels right now in Super Mario 64 look like they were created in a Mario Maker level. I mean, look at this. Some of the levels were just so randomly pieced together, they didn't even make sense. You had really dynamic levels like Bomb Bomb Battlefield, but then you had levels like the clock, where pretty much the whole room was just a bunch of random blocks. And even Rainbow Cruise, look at this thing. I mean, most of the stage was just a whole bunch of random blocks thrown in all over the place, and, they created a level from it. So I'm pretty sure that we can create something like that if Nintendo gives us the tool set. I think we can do this, and I think that would be huge to have these 2D levels for the 2D fans, and then have this 3D Maker for the 3D Mario fans. And then you have one of the greatest games, I think, of all time. You cover so much of Mario's history right there with one game. And I think 3D needs to happen. 3D, like I said, the end goal, you wouldn't have a flag, you wouldn't have anything like that. You would just have a simple star on a platform that you'll have to reach. That is, I think, what this game needs for like one of the last big things this game needs. Yes, they could have some more 2D art styles, but I hope they don't just end with Super Mario 3D Land. I really hope they don't end with that, and that being their last one, because that's only one new art style with the rest being the same. That would make people mad, and that would be the definition of a Mario Maker 2. Or 1.5, like people like to say it. For this to be a proper sequel, they're going to have to add at least another theme of some sorts. They could still be saving that Mario Bros. 2 theme for like an E3 presentation, or not even E3, but like a Nintendo Direct announcement or something like that. But I'm really hoping for a 3D level designer, and I know, like I said, Galaxy, it'd be too hard to create something like that with gravity physics and stuff like that, but they definitely need to create some type of classic 3D vibe with that. That would be really cool. Now, one of the things we don't know is costumes and stuff. How is that stuff coming back? I don't know. are they going to bring all those costumes back? That's a lot of costumes to bring back. I hope, that was really fun to use them. I hope they also render the costumes to work in games such as Super Mario Brothers 3, Super Mario World, stuff like that, to see those, work in a game like that. Now, of course, in New Super Mario Bros., I know they're not going to have costumes for those situations, but, maybe they had that covered. So maybe for, like, Mario Bros., you will just have the costumes. Maybe for Mario Brothers 3, they'll implement Play with Luigi, since we're getting some hints that this is going to be a co-op game. Maybe you could be able to play, if they had the Super Mario Bros., with Super Mario World, you can choose between, once again, Mario and Luigi. New Super Mario Bros., you got Mario, Luigi, Toad, stuff like that. And then, obviously, Super Mario 3D World, you have Peach, Toadette, Toad, and all of them. So, I don't know if you're going to have different characters to play as this game, or if it's just going to be strictly, costumes again. Which I'm fine with, but I wish, there's many times where I wanted to make a really cool level out of the Super Mario World theme, but the level was based on Kirby, so I needed the Kirby skin, which ultimately brought me back to Super Mario, or the original Super Mario Bros. That was a problem that I had multiple times. Another thing is to give us more freedom to make things. There's been lots of times where I wanted to make 4 or 5 different sub-areas, and you can only make, 2. Or I don't even know if it's 2. I think you could have 1 area and 1 sub-area. So we could see in the trailer that there was like a little cart thing that, it kind of looked like you could use different sub-areas this time around, more than just, the one added on. So I hope so, because I like to make my levels branch off to, new and unique levels. Like, maybe I want a level that has all of the beach theme, the desert theme, the jungle theme, all in one level. Maybe that's something I want to do, but it was hard to do that last time. You could only have 2 different themes playing at once. So hopefully they change that. It looks like that might be changed, because I like to make big dynamic levels with cool, themes to them. And I can't do that if I'm only limited to 2. But that's probably just an engine thing, and I don't know if that can be fixed. We'll see. It's up to Nintendo to give us that privilege. But, so far, everything else looks good. I mean, verticality is obviously going to be changed because they have this new tool being the feather, which you can change the verticality of the level. But that was never a big deal for me because I don't like vertical levels. I don't really like scrolling levels either, so I can really care less about that. And actually, there will probably be some levels that do work with verticality if you want to, remake a Super Mario Bros. 2 stage or something like that. But I don't know if verticality is going to be a big thing, at least for me personally. So that is really cool. People wanted that. They obviously have the slopes there too, so they're listening to the community. That's an important part, but that's not a big part for me. But besides that, I want to see more enemies, obviously. Cover a bigger variety of enemies. It's still, even through this trailer, didn't look like a lot of enemies were there. I mean, you can see the tiles. There was only like 3 subsets of groups of enemies. And it looks like the enemies will not be able to cross over to different games either. They're going to be tied to certain games. So I don't know. This is very hard to say at the moment. So I'm hoping bosses have a better role here. We've seen Boom Boom. I'm sure Bam Bam's in here. We saw Bowser again, so I'm hoping that maybe you can have all the Bowser Jr. or the Bowser's kids, all the Koopa kids, or the Koopalings. Maybe you could have other bosses and enemies that are from the series. That'd be really cool. So I just feel like there's so many things that they still have to show. We saw the Koopa Troopa and the car, so I'm sure there's a lot of things that they got to show off. But my number one is definitely to have a 64 styled level editor, level maker. That will make me happy. That will make me content, and I think I would be a happy camper with that. Let me guys know. I am so tired. I need some sleep. I got a video coming up soon, guys, that we can share together and we can watch and stuff like that. It's a Super Mario Maker. I'm playing some old levels. Some of my old levels, you guys should like that. Anyways, I'm over here blabbering on. I'm really excited for the Super Mario Maker 2. I'm sure you guys are as well. So let me know in the comments, guys, if you like the whole 3D level design aspect, if you're down for it, if you're not, do you think it can work, do you think it's not going to work, do you think Nintendo has done it and it's in the game right now and they just didn't show it off? What do you guys think? Let me know. That was a burp. That was gross. If you guys can smell that right now. Okay. Let me know in the comments, guys, what you think, and I will read your comments and see if any of you guys have good comments or anything about that. But I will be back shortly with a video tomorrow. I had to make a small intermission video because there were some complications with the video for today. So just take this as like, the prelude to the video tomorrow. So that will be worked on tomorrow and finished up, and that will be out then. But I'll see you guys on the next one, and thank you guys for tuning in. If you're new, subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber, click that like button and click the notification bell so you get notified. You get, I can't speak. You get notified whenever I post a video. All right. See you guys in the next one. Thank you, guys.